Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. It's Monday, so we're back. Ratchet back to our schedule. So we're back to the tournament investigation. So I think we're coming to the end of the tournament legacy case. So we're going to try to get that finished, and then we'll move into the next kit. So we have time. All right, ladder confrontation. Carmelo Gusto Part 1. Let's go. Reading the start there. Oh. There doesn't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony. Yep. Not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. He might not let slip what really happened for 18 years, that's all. Mind trying to push him a bit, Majorino? See if we can't shake something loose. I think I just might have to, Fender. Alright. The first time working together up for the semifinals, I held the flavor and he did the same.
Hold it!
I was just in charge of deciding the work you both submitted, while you handled the taste. Now, he was a sculptor, a craftsman, and his sense of design was second to none. He was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. He did what the other couldn't. And boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics. Dying for the simple stuff. How do you like doing now? Huh? The national symbol of Champa? Oh yeah, it's a phoenix! That's awesome! I say, pretty different from the stuff you were pumping 18 years ago. Behold the fruits of my training! I dedicated my whole life to my craft. Back then, we both needed each other's help, so we joined hands until the final. Alright.
Hold it!
You were serious about winning the title then? Of course. The other competitor is my life. Why wouldn't I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? There's a hell of a lot to learn back then. Guess it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. But the title wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was the cookbook too. And you wanted the cookbook even more than you wanted the title. Is that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Ahrefs, you're badgering the witness who is still suffering from the effects of today's attack. I can't, even if she's no family today, I can't allow this harassment to continue. I understand, Your Honor, but ignore him, Mr. Gusto. You need not answer that foul prosecutor's question. But please, do continue your testimony in your own time.
Hold it!
I hope you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? But he helped you up until then, correct? It's a bit strange for him to stop so late in the contest, no? Change or not, it's the truth. Could be he had this reason, he has reasons too. I wouldn't know. He's on. It's gonna be a heck of a proof. 18 years is a long time. Not unless that gizmo of yours has a built-in lie detector, okay? If it did, I have stolen the show from Mr. Ahrefs long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell him he's lying. No Dookie He's assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony. Oh, I'm playing on my own time.
Hold it.
And yet, I heard that your creations prior to the finals was scored highly in their favor, for their favor. Sorry. So what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. But as I told you, I had Thistledore. My sensitivity is as simple as that. But Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on its flair. Your sense of taste hasn't failed you then? Did something happen overnight? I don't think he's gonna spill any more beans, Mr. Ashburr. But perhaps I should ask him about something else. Did something change between the semifinals and the finals, Mr. Gusto? Not really. You remember between the semifinals and the finals that Frost wasn't helping me.
Hold it.
So you really completed your final entry without Mr. Frost's help? I may not have had his signs to lean on, but I knew I was still stuck when it came to flavor. So the visuals was I really the only thing that changed between the semifinals and the finals. Sure, Gusto, pal? Gonna have to call you out on that one, I'm afraid. It wasn't just the looks that got the big fun stone come judging time. It got trashed on flavor too. Doesn't sound much like a winner to me. As far as comments, Mr. Gusto failed on flavor too. The lack of Mr. Frost's assistance shouldn't have affected that. So was there some other difference? An 18-year-old mystery. And the key to Remlin is finally in my grasp. Just need to remember everything that Fender told me about what he and my father discovered. I can know the flaw. Haha! I think I can think of one significant difference between the semifinals and the finals, Mr. Gusto. Your son. This is a photograph of him. This is him in the photograph side, correct? You told me he was here with you up for the semifinals. He was? What of it? But indeed. He was here with you until the semifinals, until he suddenly wasn't for the finals. And just suddenly, you went from being lawn for its flavor to being lambasted for him. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't spending quality time with his father. He was playing a much more pivotal role than that. I just wanted to see your hard work. To show I was trying my best for us. Who knows? Maybe there was him here. There was him being here that helped you do so well in those early rounds. He talks again, but nothing but this guy screams super dad to me. Thankfully, we only have to give such an idea credence if his story were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Mr. Gusto prides himself on the flick from his creation, and then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standard after such a devastating loss. Unless... I'm sure your son was here to cheer you up. But that wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor. But why not try answering yourself for a change? What was an elementary school kid doing here other than support his father? Your son knew the taste of your work very well, I imagine, Mr. Cousteau. He was my biggest son. Of course he knew it. In which case, he would have been a good judge of of whether something tasted on board, so to speak. No? What are you implying? You already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. I admit, you're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it out anyway. True. 18 years ago, I developed achalasia. No one knew about your condition, do you? No. I thought Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creation tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work. Bang! Now that makes sense. First, I tasted good because it was really was finished the day before the kid was still. Sorry, when the kid was still here. You have a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. You should think I trust a kid to tell me how you just to taste some of my masterpiece? I have some pride, you know, even back there. Did you now? My science may not have much to write home about back then. I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else. You think I risk anything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is just more speculation. That's all it is. In that case, I asked to speak with your son this instant. Let's see how much your story he can collaborate. Sorry, me, my son's no longer my concern. What? As soon as I got my son's tits back, I went straight to some fan to stop my training. I'm cut off all ties with the kid for good. What? You abandoned your own child? And that ain't how it. No one knows where he is, even now. The cops will go all over him, but no dice. So, still think you can prove your asinine theory? I see you try. You think I care about anything besides competitor? Think again. I got my son's news, man. What need do I have for a son? Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Guts' words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humility on his part, the laws of justice cannot judge him for that. So for Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Yeah, get up! 18 years is a long time for anyone in service now. Prefer otherwise. Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something! You know, the truth might be lost forever! Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? I imagine his blood could be, but... Whose blood could possibly be? I'll get a test right away, sir. Please do, Detective. That's the last piece of the puzzle. I'm sure it. Does he know whose blood it is? Hey, Miles. Sorry to cut in on your mind, pal Sam. But I was pondering something myself. Our friend Gusto didn't come here just to check up on the boy, did he? You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactly, no. Think you have anything that might explain why he tried to do that? He might. Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence. That's quite enough outside of defense. Now, if you... Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Sorry to keep you waiting. Speak of the devil. I take you have the test results, Detective? Sir, the lab just got back to him. Detective, please. Court is in session. Now, am I right to assume that you are bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, no, sir! Why didn't anyone tell me about any of this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. We need testing. I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everyone always helping you? I ain't supposed to be the one in charge here. Mr. Winter, I'm sorry I didn't follow you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the test have to tell us? You're not gonna believe us, but... The owner of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of Jenny's kiss is... Carmelo Gusto! The victim of the poison gas attack! What are you talking about? Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, looks like my suspicions were correct. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. What is the significance of the blood of this blood to this case? It's only the very thing that the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident have been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Jenny's case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood right next to the Mr. Frost's body.
Overruled.
Why would there be traces of your blood there, of all places, Mr. Gusto? You won't answer her honor, Mr. Gusto. Then I will. There was just blood in the liquid from the Jenny's case. There were traces of salt and sugar too. There were. And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh yeah! You're talking about what the Aunt Alicia told us back then, right? What was it again? Did they ever? I've never tried ice so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had it back. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. The salty bit? It's in the other photo you got there. That bit, the harpy thing. Gemini's lair? Yes, the lair. And only the lair. Tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting. Then perhaps you could tell us, Mr. Edgeworth, where does the salt of the lair come from? This is a lamp from the IS-7 incident, I have a feeling. Indeed. And I believe that the salt that that give the Lear its flavor came from such a lamp. Karma has established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Angoria's room at the time of the crime. Let's see if we're still in part 1? One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost. And it was stained with his blood. No corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangoria's room. Right, because the culprit had shook the piece of chocolate with that on it into the little stream. Furthermore, aside from the Lear, no traces of soap were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either. Hey, come to figure it. The lamps we found in the Auntie's room were both broken. The lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed, both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor? We never did figure out how one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but are we thinking maybe it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been the person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow. And in a way, they wouldn't arouse suspicion. Are you suggesting that the Lear was used to do just that? I am. I suspect the blood itself was somehow applied to the Lear so that it could have be hidden inside the case. Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptor would have needed more time to care and test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the Lear undetected. Then the reason he's here today is 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away altogether. This, of course, was not part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. How could he be sure that neither Mr. Frost's body nor the evidence would be discovered someday? But back he came 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try to cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? That you are the one responsible for the IS-7 incident? Mr. Gusto, it's all because you did Samson. Gusto. I finally got caught, huh? All these years later. Nobody came close back then. Not even the big shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. You admit it then? That you murdered Artie Frost? Yeah. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the finals, the rat finally showed his true colors. Seriously, Frost? We had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you! I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces. Did you? And you can prove that, I suppose? Oh, dude, wait! You were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? If Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my peace for the final by myself. Like you said, my son was there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it's like someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I give up everything to become the best. Everything! I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right. I don't understand. You take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or did you abandon your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things? Man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I would be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why would you think that? What's likely happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. According to you guys, nobody knows where he is now either. And you don't care? You're horrible! So with his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct? Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that cookbook. That's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip opportunity and snuck into Tangoria's room. Should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formula I needed to get out of there. Then Frost showed up. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook, Frost! What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no. That's just too tragic. A competitor who can't taste anything? What would people say? To anyone out! You what? You can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why? Ooh. Frost shoved me hard. When I went to punch him, knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on it. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of the blood somehow. So I scraped off all the bloody bits. I dissolved those shot shavings in some flavored ice mixture and brushed it off on I brushed it all over the harp. And that's how he made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have maybe given him money to keep quiet about my condition. So you decided you had to kill him? Yeah, I guess I did. Why rather than live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? So that was the impetus behind it all. Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there once I figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part. Inspired by all those ice sculpture tools lying about the place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah. Figured I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. Once that was done, painting his stuff all over the harp was easy. But why Samson? Why did you have to frame him? Hold it. I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault, you and the rest of them. Do you think I went to the truck for placing the lamp and cloth back in Scone's room? There's only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant. And that was to cast suspicion on that person. What? Tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Huh. Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I respected Tangoria. He was the best. A true champion. We never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You started to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty, how could you? Had you refrained from eating Tangoria's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangoria was stretching your room. That's when I sneaked the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. Thanks to you, Burn here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Ha! Why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Oh, we got a new thing. after the betrayal. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. They determined that the murder occurred during afternoon tea. He would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangoria's room while I got everything ready for Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counting on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. I still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, he needed to disguise it. At least until it was fully frozen. Hey, awful. You Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind this murder? Ironically, Hagari would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found and before I got it out of his room. The only thing that gone to plan, if only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have to been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson, it was all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Jude. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Lindsay instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Anyway, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto. It didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished. Then, Mr. Von Karma had unwillingly placed Mr. Gore under arrest in the absence of a body? I mean, I guess it would explain why he was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you think he knows something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. He kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Gore regardless. Can this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? Someone spent 18 years in prison because of you. Sticks and stones, Gardy. Sticks and stones. What a jerk! I'll arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, Detective. So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. No idea, huh? Then I guess I better lay it out for you. Why you can't arrest me? I killed Frost 18 years ago. The statute of limitation for murder in this country is 15 years. You did him off. You can't arrest me. You think I confessed otherwise? That's right. The statute of limitation is only 15 years. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? Once the statute is expired, he can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both Mr. Gusto's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the record. And that Mr. Tangore's conviction will remain in place. But... we've finally proven that the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gusto, surely Mr. Tangore has grounds for retrial on that basis. Now see, I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the God's judgment are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. The committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what. Ball up, Mr. Prosecutor! Must be something we can do. Something to bring Mr. Gusto down. There is. Let's get this. Well, we can press, so that's fine. Passage of time doesn't diminish what you did, Mr. Gusto. I'm sure it diminishes one thing, though. Your ability to arrest me. Oh, we can arrest you. We can arrest you real good. I could have you in cuffs before you even blink, pal. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? This issue isn't as open and shut as you make it out to be, Detective. Can't touch me. It's too late for that.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statue may not have expired yet. That'll be good. Alright, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask it. Very well. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident. Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my TS disorder thanks to the formula inside that book. Not long after that, I went to Shanghai to really buckle down and hone my craft. Oh, that says a lot. We tried to contact you after facts. I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Yeah. Could be. I left. Let's see. Around a year after the murder. This was before Dagora's last day in court. Going to Shanghai was the best thing I ever did. Labor, design, and the full package now.
Objection!
And all on the backs of those whose lives you destroyed. What's an omelet without a few eggs, huh? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor. Nothing. You're evil. 6 of stones, girlie. Can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. Need more to work with. There has to be something I can get out of him. Maybe I can push him further on. Instead of just me. Is there anything I should follow up on? Let's try Mr. Dagora's final day in court. Would you mind telling us more about Mr. Dagora's final day in court? Fine. As for Dagora, I didn't stick around for his final court appearance.
Hold it!
You weren't summoned as a witness at any point by the prosecutor or the defense? I have more important things to do than worry about the some court case. I was busy getting ready to go and become the best. Figuring he searched high and low for the guy. Seems like he didn't want to be found. Seems like he played his cards right and managed to avoid setting foot in court.
Hold it!
Oh, we did this.
Objection!
Sure. I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Shanghai, if you mind. Fine. I later went to Shanghai to train, and I finally became the best in the world.
Hold it!
Shanghai? You were there for a while, I imagine. Yeah, I left some time after the investigation had wrapped up. I've been meaning to go there and start my studies for a while. Thanks to the hard work I put in. My designs are now world class. Whoa, that's amazing! You like it? It's yours. Really? Alright. Spend some time in Shanghai training.
Hold it!
Never say never, Mr. Gusto. Nothing is impossible. Hold it. Really? Come now. Give it up. Your father couldn't catch me. What makes you think you can? There. If we solved the whole case, if it hadn't been for Mr. Von Karma, was obstructing him at every turn. Now the statute of limitations is threatening to enter the truth for this case forever. Don't listen, Mr. Edgeworth. You can't give up. Not now. We're doing this for your dad, so we have to see it through to the end. Hey, the truth is right there for the taking. What kind of great faith are we if we don't grab it for ourselves? I'm not a great faith, Kay, but you're right. I'm a little gust. I won't allow me to make off with the truth. Do your worst.
Hold it!
That was the only reason? Because you knew the statue had expired? Nah. Why else would I do it? Why would anybody? Not that I plan on ever coming out, of course. Why was that? Because I'm finally the world's greatest competitor. And petty stuff like that only gets in the way of me and my craft. And you're more concerned about you and your rep than the fact that Samson's still running in jail? I've seen some pieces of work in my life, but you're just flat out unforgivable. Who cares about forgiveness? I did what I did. I don't need you to understand any of it. Alright, Miles, it's official. Uncle Eddie is mad. And that doesn't happen often. You're not the only one. Don't worry, you won't get away with this. Not if I can help it. Gusto's no ordinary opponent. He's got 18 years without his crimes being exposed. There must be some way for us to arrest him. Guy's probably watched a few legal dramas before, but he's no lawyer. Not like you and me. There's gotta be some loophole somewhere we can use. It's just got. That's right. Mr. Gusto is just an armchair attorney after all. Oh.
Objection! Objection!
Ah! Right here. Wrong statement. We might need this because there might be a big penalty.
Objection!
Alright. The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following conditions. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Which means that the time you spend abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. No way! So it's like someone hit pause while he was in Shangfa. It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet. But that will depend on how long you stayed in Shangfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years exactly. 3 years? Hold on. Nobody said anything until I've done the math. The murder happened 18 years ago back. The statute is 15 years. Not the 3 overseas. 15 plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way! Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! The statue hasn't expired after all! Bingo! 18 years exactly! Glad you worked out for yourself. He's just been stringing us along this whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. I hate to break it to you, little sis, but ISM went down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. If Gusto stayed in Shangfa the 3 years on the nose, it's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough, but... What did I tell you? You can't touch me. I hate to admit it. He read the board well when he made his confession. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. If only the statute had been suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the gods' judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. There must be something I can do. I knew it. Well, if the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice then. Dudes, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go on to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Because there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Mazarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the kiss. Gusto overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is, he wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down on the day is. Which means there's still one way left for us. Crack open your statues for dummies there and take another look. 17 years ago, that really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. Better we make good use of that verdict now. We can make Gusto pay in full for what he's done. And are you? Those who would overturn the goddess' judgment will be made to pay the price should they fail. Samson's McLeod, Miles. I can't bring myself to use the sword of his pen as a weapon in this fight. Whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. So, should I raise an objection and play the card or not? Let's do it, I guess. As much as it says it's an option. Father of Mr. Von Karma. One sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow. The one that seeks to reveal the truth. The court has reached its final verdict. The record shall state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty on all counts.
Objection!
No, Your Honor. Mr. Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Oh, to show Judge Graviel something that proves that the statute of limitations hasn't expired yet. Ah.
Take that!
Well, is there a particular Gotta make sure I get the right suspect data. Very well. Is there a particular page of the ISM case file you would like us to refer to? I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tagore was convicted as an accomplice. And it took around 1 year for his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. Would you give us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute limitations for murder? One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the suspect is suspended from the time of any accomplice indictment to the end of the trial. What? Tagore was convicted as an accomplice? Yep. Yes, you were in insane fame when the verdict came down. Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you. And no good news either, am I right? Sorry, not good news either, am I right? But how could that be? Tagore wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent. And you know it, Oh, we know it. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. You spent 3 years in Shangfa, and your accomplice Samson Tagore was on trial for 1 year. Means you can still be charged with Mr. Foster's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all. The God's judgment is infallible, but that of her servant, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry.
No! How could this? You weren't supposed to be able to.
18 years. That's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto. Not a moment too soon.
But I finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything, even my son.
More's the pity. You can't run from the law forever because the bill has come due at last. Damn!
Augustus all set for a trip downtown, sir.
Oh, and good. Which means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Dudes, I'm so sorry, everybody. I caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bow. Those actions were born of the legal mistake that were made all those years ago. You all know that. So allow me to apologize in return. On behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey dudes, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh, I'll be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Ah. Sorry, Ma, but you gotta come with me now. Of course. Judge Gravel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as you're proving, that wasn't true. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. You clearly have no intention of doing so either. Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. Note that you be called to appear before the committee in due course. Now, I must be on my way. What the heck? And after you caught the real killer and everything? Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how they all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job! My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winter. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe that closing the case makes you a winner. That's going way over my head! I'm going home! What was that all about? You just still have a lot to learn, that's all. Azzy Wazzy! Yes! I just want to say, oh, Greggy Peggy, we've been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. Not on. I should have poor Sammy Poopy. Of course. Hey, Angie, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Ferdy go? Wow, you really weren't paying attention, weren't you? Were you? Oh, I love to admit it. Larry sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that. No, but the glare, will ya? But everything, I'm sorry. Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring you. Yeah, you totally were. You're just like your pop. Was it terrible liar too? He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. Gonna film some. Didn't know what went down today. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great, then I'm coming too. April 2nd, 4:56 p.m. Detention Center. Visitors room. So, what's Mr. Tangora like? I can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You love him. He won't log up. He can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. It's why 3 p.m. kick extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome! You think there'd be anything left for us to try? Didn't we find new slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? They have been in some like Tangoria's baked goods. Roy! What are you doing here? I heard you're all coming to see Mr. Tangora, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangoria. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty second, K for day. Yeah, it's very nice to meet you both. Ah, so here's Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. But in the end, I betrayed him. He made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangora. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me. Sure did. And I'm here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago. The truth? Judy did all that for me? Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out, she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy. I never did anything to deserve such devotion. I'm not Mr. Tangora. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years after all. You think so? I guess I better show him. This piece of evidence is proof that the bond is Tangora misbound share. Shoot! I'm gonna guess two. You're gonna get it wrong if we get it right anyway. I'll try the ultimate cookbook.
Take that!
This shows bomb.
That wasn't what I was meant to. Oh!
Please tell me this put it back. Nope. I think I know what it is, so let me go back to the S and just speech for the thing. Okay? Alright.
Objection! Take that!
Okay. get back to that.
Objection!
Alright. So I selected the wrong evidence. Alright. Alright. Oh, it's the chocolate. Yeah, I was meant to. I think I was between two, chocolate. Okay, but
Take that!
those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. They're super delicious and sweet. Miss Bell continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So that there would be there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home, Rudy. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much, I'm afraid. Only wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later. It should be a clear breach of prison policy. Not that I have the authority now to stop him anyway. Thank you so much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bat. Really, pal? Doesn't look up to that. He's my role model. You don't say. Seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You hang in there, Samson? Just a little... Sorry, you hang in there, Samson? Just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. Sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years to get justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather... Thank you. Truly. Thompson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. I better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through that door. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. The IS-7 incident. It's been 18 long years. This case we inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Hey, Mouse. Thanks for the day. And sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. I don't know. I simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend that he wasn't Orlando Augusto. But to use his false conviction against him? Even to save him. As his lawyer, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can see that. Now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, I'm sure that you will. Wait a minute! Does that mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, does Gusto would have gone away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. Because of things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah. And you never know, things might change. The law is always evolving, just like us humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Mazrino included. Am I right? Potential for growth and change. In people and the law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. And on that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts. But for now, thanks again for today. I mean it. Did he say kind of in a hurry to get out of here to you? He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, keeping the chance to reckon with my father's final case. I was a boy, all I ever dreamt of was becoming an attorney just like my father. Then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to life. Decided to live. Now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. Maybe time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. April 2nd, Ashworth and Co. Law Office. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. It may have taken 18 years, but we're finding a position for Thompson's innocence. All thanks to your boy Miles. Couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gives me chills. Looks like I was watching you. Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Boy will be joining me in that soon. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor? Help people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? Now we're at the end of this. Yes, God, this took a while. Tournament. So now we're on episode 4. We'll actually do it, but I wanted to go for the gallery as well. A tournament Forsaken. Ah, the picture of Gregory. And the next one is K. And let's see some gallery stuff. Then we'll actually get into the case. So, looks like we got there's the 2 acolytes. Which means now we have 6 outside on the main ending. So we discount these, and we only have 3, so we're actually not doing too bad now. Photo albums, we have to do the extra 2 stuff, which is just a recent episode. And the character compendium is also getting... Gotta fill this up so... You missed one. Oh, Freddy. Oh, Freddy. There we go. Alright, let's move into the next episode now. Forsaken? A tournament Forsaken. I hereby call this meeting to order. The committee is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competitive of Mouse and only so for like a split second. Are you? Why are you wearing that raincoat? No! Ah! This takes us 3 days? Sorry, programs meeting the committee has gathered here in the site of goes to pass Fur and Frank Junction. The purpose is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Alice Master. I'm messing up. Are you? April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Project Observers, room 1202. What? Will you please stop pacing, detective? You're kicking up dust. I swept the floor 3 times already! And sweep it a 4th. You're gonna take your boss, Ezra? Can you just stand there? Cool as a cucumber. We don't know for certain that they will. Well, sure seems like they mean to. Judge Gabrielle pretty much spelled it out. Truly, you're proving to be quite a threat to the committee for prosecutorial excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you'll be called to appear before the committee in due course. She said that it would be called to appear before the committee, nothing more. Well, I don't care. I won't stop her. What if we never get to work at her again? I'd have thought you would welcome the prospect, detective. After all, you mean you could work with someone less problematic? Don't say that, sir. I've never heard anyone except that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're not just looking for an excuse, are you? To become the defense attorney, I mean? Because I won't let you! You're prosecutor Miles Edgeworth! Prosecutor, are you here? You're the defense attorney, huh? The circumstances of my father's death set me on path to become a prosecutor. I've only been interested in the law to begin with, thanks to my father as well. His work as a defense attorney. You're gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor? Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you, one that only you can answer. Are you listening, Miss Andrew? I said I won't let you do this. Really, detective? There's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows? The next prosecutor you work with might be a little more lenient with your salary assessment. Huh? Really? So, no more instant noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't care about any of that stuff. You thought about it, didn't you? Only for a moment. We're busy in here. Come back later. Hey there. Is the prosecutor in? Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Look, pal. What part of we're busy? Don't you get it? We're outside and I'll be with you in a bit. Oh, that's not good. Your face is red tomato. Red face. Great up teeth. Let's see. I said we're busy. Wait, that's it? Stomach cramps, right? Don't need to worry. It's nothing an injection can't cure. Now roll your seats for me. They won't hurt much. Yeah, no thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be. And who might you be? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to introduce myself, huh? The name's Sneeder. Lawrence Sneeder. I'm a nurse at Hertz Hospital. I'm pretty sure I got the name wrong, but that's fine.
Well, nobody's here, sir, so... Are you sure you have the right room?
Yeah, you're Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, right? Wow. Those are some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling alright? Suffering from a severe headache? I could give you an injection now.
I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please tell us what you're doing here?
Sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody to see you. Wait, right here. I'll go grab her.
Wait! Juliet, I wonder who she brought along. She's here from the hospital.
Maybe it's a patient?
Somebody you cut down.
In the size of your trademark up here, right?
What exactly is that supposed to mean? See, that's that right there, sir. You blur me like that. I used to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you? Really, he's exaggerating, sorry. After all, that's the look I always give him. And that always happens so far.
Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts?
What's on what?
You don't recognize me?
There's something about her. Something familiar.
This had your name on it. So I thought, just maybe.
You did put somebody in the hospital. Don't be ridiculous, detective! Look, sir, your name's right there on the card.
Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Plain as day.
But that, be that as it may.
I'm so sorry, what she's trying to say is, she has amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, at least, that's what they tell me. Her parents must be so worried about her. I bet they're be getting around 8 hours of sleep each night. Gotta feel for them.
I know. Because that's quite a lot of sleep if you ask me.
Oh, tough break. But don't you worry, alright? Since you had his card, that means you must do much of Edgeworth somehow. So just sit back and we'll take it from here. Right, sir?
At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity.
Really? Will you?
It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes.
That's Mr. Edgeworth, I know. I know. Don't worry, miss. You're as good as healed.
Let's not get carried away here, detective. Our prosecutor, remember? Not a miracle worker. Where do we start?
Did you remember your name, miss? I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday.
So she's only been in the hospital for a day.
No, wait, that's amazing. How'd you figure it out so fast?
How can one person be so emotionally draining?
I found her running around late last night and brought her in. I want to help out, so I went for her stuff and see what I could find.
And did you find anything apart from my business card?
Nothing with her name or home address. Oh, wait a second. She was wearing this. It's a pretty nice design, right?
What? This pin? What the heck? That yellow raspberry pin? You mean? But it can't be. Hey, is it really you?
Okay. Oh, hey, we got that.
It's you, isn't it, Kay?
I'm Kay.
Come on, Kay. You really don't remember? Look, it's me, Gummy. That's what you always call me.
Gummy? But you're an adult. That's so rude. I didn't recall you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I feel so guilty now.
What the heck happened to you? I've never seen you so polite. Being polite and sensitive is just not... Where's the Kay I know? You're nothing like her. Careful, detective. You don't want her to get the wrong impression. You make it sound as if Kay isn't normally a polite or sensitive soul.
thought he's wrong exactly, but what kind of person was I before?
Well, first of all, your full name is Kay Birthday. You're bright and fun and full of energy, and oh yeah, you're a great thief.
A great thief? There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from their dressers or vaults, and steal? But that must be so awful for the people I took things from. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
I don't think that did her much good, sir. It sure explains one thing. Look at these gloves. They're just the kind of person like that would wear.
Hey, elephant!
This is what she was wearing when they found her. But we had to get her to change out of it and put on hospital clothes, so that's why I have them. There's something on this part here. Does it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory?
I'll send the outfit over to forensics later to see what they can figure out.
Please do, Detective. Boy, they really are some fiefy clothes, huh? A criminal? Maybe a great thief. You never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured, you are no criminal. If you say so, perhaps we better leave it there for now. I'm sorry, I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other anyway? Well, that is, how do I put it in the words?
You're Prosecutor Edgeworth's assistant.
I am? So our prosecutor is the head of some sort of great thief network then? No, not quite. We lost Kay 2 days ago. Perhaps we should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pin the only item of her person when you received her, Nurse Needler? There are a few other things, but I doubt any of it will be of much use to you. I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us? Well, alright then. In no particular order, I present
A Java Ninja mask.
She has a sewer or something? A letter? And it's just a K. Next, I take a stub. And finally,
A thick floor.
the kind people like to spruce up their bathrooms with too. It's a corset, Detective. And it's usually worn by women. And that's that. So anything useful in here? There?
Kinda hard to tell, frankly. I'm not really seeing a connection between any of them.
Should I take a closer look at each piece? Yeah, I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have the chance.
This is bad. How do we get Kay's memories back? That's actually really haven't now.
This is the pin Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of a yellow grasshopper, and it's very eye-catching indeed. I can imagine any thief other than Kay would want to wear it. Dear Kay, don't worry. I'll make sure you get your precious thing back, Rose. Spelling, thing, platform, tickets. Okay.
Can't just let her stay like this forever.
Calm down, Detective. I have an idea.
Hey! I knew you come to your senses. Sorry, I knew you come to your senses, sir.
So, what is it? Look closely at the ticket stub. Oh, it's for the viewing platform at the top of the big building.
The big building? You know the place?
Everybody knows it's silly. It's the hottest day spot in time. They say they'll have a couple who holds hands while they're up there. They'll stay together forever. This is yesterday's date, and the tickets only fell out for the date specified.
Plus it's a stub, which means you used it, right?
I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go see what we find?
No, just like that.
The only way to figure out how Kay lost her memory is to retrace her steps.
But what about your thing with the committee?
It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Great, so can I leave Kay with you? That would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, Kay? Oh, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then. Back to work you go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler at Hertz Hospital, okay? I can come running with a syringe or free. Whatever you might happen to be. Or wherever you happen to be.
Yes, thank you.
I doubt we'll be needing that particular service. Now then, Detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course. April 5th, Big Building. Plaza.
So according to this pamphlet, the big building's 50 stories high.
It's all offices inside, so the viewing platform is up top on the only part that's open to the public.
Here, this was for you, sir.
They were handing these things out for free in the ticket area. How far can you, Detective? Alright, I think it's time we head inside.
Look out, the big building! It's about to fall! Oh! We gotta do something!
Oh, please, I'm begging you, stop! It's no good. What if I smoke? My thoughts just aren't getting through to them.
What happened here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm, talk to me, kid.
Cut! I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. So could you, yes, I thought as much. Forgive our intrusion. We'll get out of your way. Detective?
Oh, sorry. Let me have it there for a second.
Yeah, whatevs. Hey, director guy. We take 5. I can work under these conditions. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Oh gosh. So they stopped the building from falling down? That's good. I wish we had time to explain, but maybe later. Come along, you two. Let's make ourselves scarce. April 5th to 18 p.m. Big building. Viewing plaza. Platform, sorry.
Oh, get a little bit of view! Feel the sun in your face!
The wind, it's very strong up here.
That's okay. You stand behind me or Mr. Interfere. We're both more than big enough to keep the breeze away.
Speak for yourself. Okay, does this place bring back any memories? I'm not sure. Have I really been here before? Perhaps simply encouraging her to talk will help. Okay, please, any thoughts or feelings that come to mind might be a clue we can use. Alright, I don't know if this will be any help at all, but I don't remember. I still can't be sure if I've ever been here before. It's so high up, and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. It's no good. I'm so sorry.
No dice, huh?
I'm sorry. I feel so useless. I know I'm supposed to have all these memories, but I just can't remember.
You have amnesia, eh?
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Listen, sir. Maybe just this once.
Try not to be so intimidating, okay?
Or at the very least, don't use your trademark glare on her. Why you ask for your opinion, detective?
Alright. What I remember.
Hold it!
Well, this ticket stub says otherwise. But I don't remember. I don't remember coming here at all. I can't even imagine wanting to come here.
Hold it!
I used to love places like this, though. But am I really her? I feel dizzy just taking a look around. I don't even think anyone should be allowed up here. What if an old person fell? Or a child? It doesn't bear thinking about.
There's a fence all around us, and it's pretty high. So it's plenty high. There's really no need to worry. You say so.
Hold it!
If nothing is coming to mind, then just take a look around. You recognize anything? At all? Anything at all? Let's see. Ah, cherry blossoms! Go on. I was standing under the cherry tree. Yes, I was trying to stay out of the rain. It was raining, I remember now. And there was a red something. It was raining. She was underneath the cherry tree. She saw something red from where she stood. What? Was it something I said? No, but if you add that to your testimony, we can explore further. But from under the cherry tree, I think I saw something red.
Hold it!
There is something red. Can you tell me any more about it? I'm not sure. It was just a red thing, that's all I can say. See nearby that's red. Was it concession stand over there perhaps? A stand? A red concession stand? Yes, I think that was it. Somebody was walking towards me from beyond it. And that's when and then what happened? And I'm sorry. That's alright. If you could just add what you told us to your testimony. But there was someone walking towards me from beyond the concession stand.
Hold it!
The stand in question is the one behind you, correct? That's right. I remember the red color and the person walking towards me from beyond it. I saw them all from under the cherry tree. Tell me something. This person you keep mentioning. Did you not see their face, or did you simply not know who they were? I'm sorry, I'm just not sure. All we have to go on is a person walking around, walking towards her from beyond the concession stand. And the fact that she saw this from beneath the cherry tree.
Hold it!
It doesn't have to be related to how you lost your memory, but if anything floats up at all, just say it. Really? Well, let's see. Oh, the cotton candy from that stand there. I don't know why. It just came to me. If you're hungry, you only have to sit. Come on, cotton candy, you got it. My treat. Thank you. It would make my day. I have to get something out of her somehow. Maybe press her a little. Shake something loose. Do I actually have to do this? Let's try this.
Objection!
I was, okay. You said that you saw someone over there beyond the stand. And that they were walking towards you? Yes, I can see them getting closer. Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? No, it was a person. I'm sure of it. And from where you were standing, anyone you saw from the other side of the concession stand would have to have been floating in mid-air, hundreds of feet above the ground. How on earth could it have been a person? I'm not lying, I promise. Somebody red, stunned, somebody red. They were on the other side. They were walking towards me, getting closer. Then they, I know, then they're just, hey, what's the matter? You alright? We're here. Whatever it is, it can't hurt you. I was pushed and I fell. By a person in a red raincoat. Person in a red raincoat who walking on air. And who supposedly pushed her off the building? None of this makes any sense. Not the least of which nobody could fall from this height and survive.
recollection. Attention everyone! Please stay right where you are. What's wrong, officer? I'm Detective Gumshoe. May I follow me in? Yes, sir. A body has been discovered here in this building, sir.
A body?
Whose body exactly? Not sure. We're still working on it. But what we do know is that the victim is a young woman. And that her name is Kay.
What the blazing?
Huh. Well, let's just keep going a little further. An incident comes to light. Yeah, we can keep going for a while. But you already call it. April 5th, 2:56 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber.
Wait, this room.
Officer, isn't this... Yes, sir. This is the trial chamber for the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence.
So it's here, 9?
I knew that they moved out of the prosecutor's building. I had no idea that they come here. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! And Kay too! How y'all doing? Is Kay feeling any better? Heard there was some kind of incident. I'm sorry, but who might this be? This is my grandma. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec, sorry. Name's Hilda Hertz, Sonny. And who the heck might you be? It's a pleasure to meet you. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Nurse Steeler. Your grandma's name, Hertz. Is she? Yep. He's the director of Hertz Hospital.
Woman is the head of a hospital?
Don't you old foggy me, you dang thing we forgot.
How did she do that? Oh, so it's like kind of a big deal, Mom.
Oh, that's such a... Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Oh, him? He's the one looking after the girl. The one with amnesia?
It seems like the Hertz is a bit of an introvert.
Want me to fix those peripherals of yours, Sonny?
Ooh, there's no fixing those, Mom. They're downright incurable.
What? You sure you want me to say that, Grandma? Oh, alright then. Nah, I don't got a dang thing I'm gonna say to the none of ya. You go. What about your business, you hear? As long as that business doesn't involve messing with the deceased's body, I've got work to do.
Wait, please, wait.
Not a dang thing, I tell you.
Hey, you can't talk to us like that. What gives you the right, huh, pal?
Oh, didn't I mention? Grandma's also a coroner. Also, that felt different. That felt different. She's in charge of this case, which means ouch! Which means exactly that.
What do you mean? Exactly what?
How am I supposed to know? She said it, not me.
It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine. I can't escape.
Well, we got a body to be looking at. Catch you later, gang, and take care.
What the heck is their deal?
What does it matter? As long as we have permission to investigate.
What's the matter? It matters a bunch, sir.
What would you do now, Mr. Edgeworth? Next 7 scene of the crime, of course. What kind of prosecutor would I be if I didn't? Alright, let's get to work. That person over there is called Kay, right? Sure, that means I can't be the Kay you know. That's what we're going to figure out. But don't worry. You're the Kay we know. I'm certain of it. Thanks. Kay who lost her memory and a victim who shares her name. Both meeting their respective fates.
here at the big building. No doubt this case would be the key to restoring our case memories. I'll stake my life on it. Officer? Tell me about the security arrangements for this room. Yes, sir! You need a special keycard to enter, sir. Interesting. Not just anyone can enter. In which case, the person who discovered the body would have been... Yes, sir. I'm a member of the committee. They found it when they arrived for today's hearing. Hearing? My hearing? It should be underway right now if it wasn't for this. Enormous semicircular desk, but seen for 11. It almost reminds me of a certain legend. I know the one, sir! The Knight of the, Round Table, right? Oops, yes, that wasn't it. The Knights of the Round Table and Knights of the Round Table, further and further from the mark. But I'll refrain from rubbing his nose on it. For now.
I'm kind of busy right now. Grandma's still looking at the body. Stay the heck out of my way, you hear? Could you give us a few more minutes?
Of course. We'll come back and examine the body ourselves later when she's done.
Yes, can I help you with something? What percent does he about this?
That for somebody who protects people? Is it a hero justice pin? No, it's a prosecutor's badge. I believe you're thinking of an attorney's badge.
I am?
It feels warm somehow. I feel like somebody I know used to have one. Somebody important. Mother was a prosecutor? I suppose perhaps she's recalling flashes of her childhood. This is quite the room. The big wooden box full of books, the big person carved out in stone, the sparkly window. It seems you've even forgotten the names of some everyday objects. Let me try to jog your memory, okay? Repeat after me. Bookshelf. Book elves. Books elves. Stained glass. Stolen glassware. Law books. Law breakers. Got a statue. Got this snatch too. Is this just me or are all her mates pointing in a certain direction? You were allowed to claim to be my assistant just the other day, okay? Really not remember anything? There's nothing about me come to mind at all.
I am. Oh, maybe I do remember one thing. I remember being on the viewing platform up on the roof.
Yes.
And you were pointing your finger at me.
Go on.
And that's my questions with a scary look in your face.
That was only a few minutes ago! Wow, poor kid. Literally your only memory is of you trying to catch her in a contradiction, sir. I'm scared too. I might even just give up right there and then. Yeah, that'd be the end of me for sure. You think that's scary, detective? Just you wait. You must remember Detective Gums, okay? You and him were very close. Yeah, don't I remind you of anything?
Remind me of, Wait, I do remember something. I remember Mr. Edward scolding you. Not just once, hundreds of times.
That's no memory, kid. That's just the joy of our day-to-day life together. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Joy, is it? You must not be doing a good enough of a job reprimanding you then. Just have to try harder next time. Be easy raising books of this size, or lifting them for that matter. And the committee only just moved. It must have been quite the undertaking.
Oh, stuff is kind of my forte. You should give me a call.
Well, if we run into the chairman, I'll be sure to ask if there's any more heavy lifting to be done.
No, I was joking, sir. I'm carrying stuff up the 50 flights of stairs. God, I have a real job to do.
I was joking too, detective. How are you planning on taking the stairs?
There's something there. just me. That's a lot of books, sir. It's kind of intimidating if you ask me. Intimidating? What could be more welcoming than a good book detective? Guess it depends. I got a cheering out of my life at the library back in the day for running laps inside it. This isn't the library, is it? Maybe I can jog around a little. Work off some of the anxiety. Something tells me that if I don't stop him, he might very well start running around and around. Nice, neatly arranged bookshelves stretching off into the distance. Quite a pleasing sight, don't you think? There is. It's not a speck of dust on any of them. Reminds me of my special method for cleaning your office, sir. Sweep, then vacuum, then wipe it down, all done twice. Then on goes the floor wax, and then when you approach your actual job with the same level of rigor. It's a statue of the goddess of justice. Sure know your stuff, sir. So, does she dole out blessings or what? She's not that kind of goddess, detective. She's a symbol of the sanctity of the law. Scales represent justice, the sword, retribution. The blindfold shows her impartially. Scar. Oh yeah. There's a pool of blood here at the front of the statue. Judging by the amount of and how it is spread, I say this is where the victim was killed. But the body's on that table behind us. Hi, come. I can only summarize the killer must have moved for some reason after committing the murder. Sorry to intrude. Oh, sorry to intrude. Here you are. Huh? What's that, Grandma? I know that voice anywhere. That's Von Karma's little girl. Oh. Do you two know each other? It has been too long, Grandma Hertz. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What's she doing here? Francisca Von Karma. She's a dollar man from Von Karma and a prosecutor like myself. These days, she's mainly been working with Interpol. Oh, I thought she was supposed to be abroad. Don't look so surprised. Where my investigation leads, I follow, no matter where in the world I might be. Which means that there must be some kind of international angle to this case, yes? You know full well that I've been pursuing a certain smuggling ring. And that I won't rest until it's been destroyed. And its ill-gotten goods recovered. So the smuggling ring is involved then? That information is to be shared on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. See, she means to be as helpful as ever. Miss Von Karma, was it? Grandma wants to tell you something. I'm about done here. Scene's all yours. In that case, we'd like to examine the body ourselves too, if you wouldn't mind. I mind plenty. I remember where I heard about you. Nah, you dang ferment. Don't need no soon-to-be axe prosecutor messing the place up. Go on, get. Just remember it's not me saying this stuff, okay? Please, Granny. It's important. Who are you calling Granny, little missy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. This is going nowhere. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Francisca, I need you to add us to this investigation. I have to see that body up close. We'll never learn the truth of what happened to Kay. As in, Kay for a day. Please, you gotta help us out here. Kay needs us. I don't know what you're up to, but... Very well. Thank you. You won't regret it. Of course, I expect to receive a full explanation when I grill you later. Yo, sir, big time. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Yeah! Well, Grandma Hertz, will you let in the examine the body? I ain't about to say no to an international big shot like yourself, hon. But are you sure about this? Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Are you sure? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. It's my prerogative to judge the whole world in my need. That's just common sense. Of the extreme arrogant sort, perhaps. Suit yourself. But don't say I didn't warn you. Well, you heard her. Try to take that fire, okay? Don't worry. It'll take a lot more than this to ruin my reputation should things turn sour. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge. Also, investigation going, officer. Right, sir. To tell you the truth, I've forgotten all about work and decided to focus on daydreaming. They say if you think in pictures instead of words, it's really good for the right side of your brain, so that will be quite enough. Yes, what is it? A murder in the trial chamber of the committee? For prosecutorial excellence, this is serious. I did you a favor of allowing you to investigate further. I'll be expecting results. And you'll get them. Would I still be here if I didn't think I could deliver? Come to think of it, why were you here in the first place? So she doesn't know I was summoned before the committee? That's a long story. Longer than the nighttime and deeper than the sea. I bet we see Measure Edge for the trouble now. I'll tell you my sorrow. On second thought, I don't care why you're here. What's important is that we solve this case in front of us. Agreed? Wholeheartedly. Good. But you're only asking the first, sir! What's that saying again? Whip first, think later. Can't you make the other way around? Just me! Miles Edgeworth, you might have plenty of time in your hands, but I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to look at every piece of garbage you thrust in front of me. And I put it away and consider the evidence in your possession more carefully before bothering me again. He's ever a bit as forgiving as ever, I see. It's okay for days, lost her memory. How could you let that happen, you fool? I unfortunately had no good answer for that. Excuse me, but it's not Mr. Edgeworth's fault. How are you walking around? You're covered from head to toe in bandages. Oh, thank you for your concern, and I'm fine, honest. You're really not yourself, are you? I didn't even say anything worth thanking me for. Miles Edgeworth, you better get her memory back ASAP, or you'll be sorry. You just say your words that you're worried about her, you know. Open up. I'm gonna try this. I'd like you to take a look at this, Francisca. Fine. What are we looking at? My prosecutor's badge. And I just wanted to show it to you. That's all. Ah, good. So you do still feel pain. What's that supposed to mean? I just wanted to make sure you hadn't foolishly gone off and lost all brain functions yet. What are you doing here, Francisca? I thought you were working abroad or something with Interpol. Wouldn't you like to know? But that's top secret, and I have neither the need nor the obligation to tell you. I thought she says much. Anyway, never mind that. Where's the prosecutor in charge of this case? Not that I know who's been assigned, but was hoping they'd take care of the legwork for me. Yet they haven't even bothered to show up. What in the world could they be doing? Ouch! I'm not the prosecutor's keeper, sir. It's hardly fair to whip people who don't deserve it, Francisca. What use is a whip if you don't use it? And who better to use it on that and guy who isn't giving it 110%? I don't know who's been assigned yet either. but I feel 110% feel for them already. I couldn't help but notice that you seem to be acquainted with Dr. Hertz. Aye, very astute of you, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, I know her. Once upon a time, Never mind. Doesn't seem keen to talk about it. Perhaps I better leave it for now.
What happened, sir? What happened once upon a time? You cannot tell us now. Ouch!
Only a foolish fool foolishly practicing that other person's business. Now hold your tongue, Scruffy, or you'll get more than a mere tongue lashing.
There's a bit for that.
Spare the whip, spoil the child. A whip in time since 9. Didn't you go to school, you whipless blunder? Ow. Yes, it seems that leaving it alone was the right choice after all. Oh.
One thing's for certain. This isn't Kay. She doesn't even look like her.
No, detective. Our case standing right over there, after all.
It looks like to be in her 40s. She's wearing a white suit.
Could she be working in one of the offices here in the building? Perhaps. For now, she remains unidentified. If she is, why did the police seem to think her name was Kay? Alright.
Think this could be the murder weapon?
A 3-armed candelabrum. The victim suffered the same number of punctures wound to the chest. Puncture wounds that could have well been made by these spikes. Album? Not quite, detective. A candelabrum. A candle holder, in other words.
Ah, I gotcha. That reminds me.
I forgot to pay my electric bills once in a while back. I had to live by candlelight for a whole month.
Who does that in this day of age?
It seems she suffered a serious burn into her hand at some point.
You think it has something to do with how she died?
No, this scar's too old for that. But imagine it happened some time ago. She's holding something. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir. Right away.
What is this?
Wait, I know. It's a loyalty card. Right from Mr. No!
It's a key card. Why, sir? Why? What we should be asking is, what does it open? There's something pinned to her jacket here. Piece of magenta fabric. Whatever it is,
It looks like it was torn up pretty roughly.
it doesn't look like... Sorry, it doesn't look as if there's anything in the chest pocket.
If it's like the hole right here.
By the looks of how the fabric is torn, I think it was pierced by something sharp.
I gave your coins to the knife. They fall right.
Never heard of a change purse, detective?
Sure enough, sir. It's not worth for a pocket, right?
I give up. Your right jacket with a deep red stain on its lapel. This jacket, the buttons are on the wearer's right-hand side.
What's the weird about that?
Buttons always go on the right, no? Not on women's clothing. Disney, the buttons would be on the left.
No, what's this, sir? You should know your stuff.
This is common knowledge, detective. Something else seems amiss. Wait, what's this in the pocket? A pair of gloves, also white. They don't seem to have been soiled in any way. I imagine they must have belonged to the victim.
This book! That's Kay's promise book! It's where she wrote down all her promises she made to her dad. I haven't seen none of them, huh?
Sorry, indeed. Book of vows made by a child to her father. What exactly is it doing here?
Oh, I just remembered something Detective Bad told me a few years back. He said something precious to Kay had disappeared from the station. What? Evidence went missing from police custody?
Detective Bad said he looked for it everywhere. No nice.
What does this mean? Why did it turn up here of all places?
Who there?
What do we know about this notebook, officer?
The victim was holding it when they found her, sir. It was the only thing with any kind of nib on it at the time.
And that's how she became Kay. Talk about a red herring!
Still doesn't mean that she ended up with it, though. We had a few more leads on the victim's true identity. Wait, before I do it. So I'm gonna wait till we have finished this investigation, then I'll stop.
Eureka!
Judging by its appearance, I say that the flower Kay was carrying originally belonged to the victim. And now that you mention it, does look like it's made out of the same fabric.
Indeed. Let's make a closer comparison.
The torn edges match up exactly. You've got one heck of a night, sir.
Flower belongs to the victim. This implies a connection between the victim and Kay for a day. Furthermore, it appears that the flower was turned off with considerable force. Kay Verde was involved in the incident somehow. Based on what we're seeing here, we may have no choice but to treat her as our main suspect.
What? There's no way she could have done this. I can't even begin to imagine it. There is an immersed bone in her body.
Nevertheless, we'd like the evidence to disprove such an assertion. For the moment, we'll simply consider all the possibilities. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? For better or worse, yes. There's only one thing left to do. And yep, that was the only thing. I would imagine that the victim's keycard probably grants access to this room, wouldn't you?
Let me go find it, sir. I'm back. I found some details on that key card in the security system. It's for this room, just like you said.
But the victim was able to enter and exit this chamber freely. Assuming that the key card actually belonged to her? Yes. Indeed. There's something else? Ah. Victim's hair is caked with blood.
Looks like she was hit with something, huh?
Fortunately, it's too early to say for certain. Perhaps an answer will turn up as we investigate further. Nah, we're done. I think we'll stop for now. Got a decent bit in here. Alright, I'll wrap things up here. Hope it's a good day this week. We'll be back on this Wednesday. I'll debate what I'm going to do tomorrow and stuff. But yeah, that'll be it. I hope it's a good. I'll see you all next time. Bye.